$9 for a course. Is it worth it? Let's find out. Welcome back to One Guy, One Course, One Disc. We're here today at Lake Russell State Park in Elberton, Georgia. We're checking out the Lake Russell Disc Golf Course. It is $9 to play. It's $5 to enter the park, $4 to play disc golf. Let's go take a look at the course. Hole 1 is a 352-foot par 3 that's going to go downhill 23 feet. It's a fairly open fairway with maybe a slight turn to the right at the end. But there is a tree that's 40 feet in front of the basket, so you are going to want something that's going to swing out to the left and come back right. Once you finish hole number 1, hole 2 will be straight ahead of you. Hole 2 is a 289-foot par 3. It's going to go downhill 3 feet. It's going to be 100 feet to this bunker of trees here on our left, and then it opens up the rest of the way to the basket. You're going to want something that's going to turn to the left and then fade back to the right. But once you finish hole number 2, hole 3 will be straight ahead of you through the woods. Hole 3 is a 208-foot par 3 that's going to go downhill 9 feet. You have 130 feet to this tree here. On our right, there is that gap that is at 170 feet and 16 feet wide. But once you finish hole 3, hole 4 will be straight ahead of you to the right. Hole 4 is a 242-foot par 3 that's going to go uphill 11 feet. It's going to be a straight shot, then turn to the right. Have about 162 feet to get to the turn. It's 200 feet if you go straight to the woods. And then this tree before the basket is 27 feet before the basket. But once you finish hole 4, hole 5 is to the left. Hole 5 is a 296-foot par 3. It's going to go downhill 3 feet. You got 135 feet to this gap, which is about 25 feet wide. Other than that, it's pretty open. But once you finish hole number 5, hole 6 is going to be to your right. Hole 6 is a 335-foot par 3 that's going to go uphill 3 feet. You have 95 feet to this gap we're going through right now, which is 38 feet wide. And then you are going to have some trees to contend with that are about 37 feet before the basket. But once you finish hole number 6, hole 7 is going to be to your right. Hole 7 is a 324-foot par 3 that's going to go downhill 32 feet. There's a slight left turn to the fairway. And then right before the basket, you have some guardian trees that are about 40 feet in front of the basket. But once you finish hole 7, hole 8 is going to be to your left. Hole 8 is a 347-foot par 3 that's going to go uphill 23 feet. You do have this gap here at 90 feet, which is 15 feet wide. It's going to be 206 feet to this bunker of trees here, and then you want to start to turn to the right, and then the basket's another 141 feet from here. But once you finish hole 8, hole 9 will be straight ahead of you off to the left. Hole 9 is a 322-foot par 3 that's going to go uphill 22 feet. It's a pretty open shot. You do have this little crest here that we're coming up to, which it looks like the basket is close to that, but it's actually another 110 feet from the top of this little crest. But once you finish hole 9, hole 10 is going to be to your right. Hole 10 is a 388-foot par 3 that's going to go downhill 27 feet. You do have this tree here on the left that's at 165 feet, but still pretty open fairway. But once you finish hole 10, hole 11 will be straight ahead of you around the trees. Hole 11 is a 281-foot par 3 that's going to go downhill 17 feet. It's a wide open shot, so you really shouldn't have any problems. But once you finish hole 11, hole 12 will be straight ahead of you down to the right. Hole 12 is a 331-foot par 3 that's going to go up 20 feet, most of that in this first roughly 100 feet. It's a pretty straight shot. You do have some trees you have to start to contend with that are about 55 feet in front of the basket. But once you finish hole 12, hole 13 is going to be down the hill to the right. Hole 13 is a 270-foot par 3 that's going to go downhill 10 feet. You have 3 trees to really contend with in the fairway. They come at 137 to this middle tree, 165 feet to this right tree, and then 200 feet to this tree here that's on our left. But once you finish hole 13, hole 14 is going to be to your left. Hole 14 is a 269-foot par 3. You have this tree here on our left that we're coming up to is at 133 feet. And then this tree here on our right is at 190 feet. But once you finish hole 14, hole 15 will be off to the left. Hole 15 is a 427-foot par 4 that's going to go uphill 34 feet. It's pretty open until you get to the tree lines, and then this gap is at 204 feet and it's 12 feet wide. It's going to be another 78 feet to get to the top of this hill, and then from this tree here that's coming up on our left, it's going to be another 145 feet to the basket, which is tucked a little off to the left. But once you finish hole 15, hole 16 is going to be to your right. Hole 16 is a 447-foot par 4 that's going to go downhill 8 feet. It's going to go uphill 7 feet till you get to the turn, then it turns to the right. It's 200 feet to the turn, and then it's going to go downhill 15 feet from the turn to the basket, and then from the turn it's 246 feet to the basket. But once you finish hole 16, hole 17 is going to be to your left. Hole 17 is a 218-foot par 3 that's going to go uphill 18 feet. It's 125 feet to get to this turn here between these two trees, and 193 feet to the basket, which is going to be off to the right. But once you finish hole 17, hole 18 will be to your left. Hole 18 is a 321-foot par 3 that's the basket is tucked on the right side of the tree line, so probably something to go out left and then swing back to the right. It's about 178 feet to here, then another 143 feet to the basket. But once you finish hole 18, the parking lot will be to your left. Now that you've seen the course, let's look at today's disc. It is the MVP Detour. It is a 5.5 -2-1, so let's go see how it flies. Don't roll. Out of it. Get down, get down. Too far. Turn. No. Oh. Oh gosh, that was just awful. That was not good. Dang it. Oh, come on. No, not high enough. Get out of it. kidding me? No. Gosh. Oh. Man. Oh. No. Horrible, Josh. Put that on some Annie. Wow, that was. Oh. Ooh. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, Joe. Nope. You got it. So there you have the MVP Detour at Lake Russell Disc Golf Course at Lake Russell State Park in Elberton, Georgia. As far as the disc goes, it's a great mid-range, great for beginners. You'll get some turn out of it. It'll fade back. I would highly recommend it. As far as the course goes, one, it's not worth $9. I mean, you pay $5 to get into the park and then another $4 to play. That's just a rip-off, especially this course. It's not that great. There's not, baskets are old. They definitely need to be renewed. Tee pads are, they're okay. Just seems like a lot of repetitive shots, and there just needs to be some course maintenance that needs to get done. So it's not worth it, in my opinion. There are some holes that are kind of close to each other, so layout is a bit rough. Parking, not a lot of parking, so I can imagine if it does get busy here, you may have to wait. But I mean, it's not horrible. If you're coming to the park for something else, then yeah, I could see paying for the to play, but I wouldn't come here just to play disc golf. I think there are probably better courses around the area that are free and probably much better. So yeah, that's just my opinion though. But if you want, come check it out, see for yourself. But until next time, off to the next course.